Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again. Just some Splinterforge news and a little bit of gameplay for the new account that I started yesterday. Starting a brand new account with just common equipment. The first news that I want to get in front of you guys is that the Legendary Reforged Challenge is ending tomorrow at noon Eastern. Currently it is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. So just under a day to go, and this is just some information on how many legendary reforges have been done so far. 333. They burnt almost 5 million forge. 137 of the new Narder's armor pieces have been crafted, and then there's a list of the top 17 people that have done the Legendary Reforged Challenge. So just wanted to let you guys know that. If you are interested in doing that challenge, there's less than a day to go. Now for the account that I started yesterday, just basically started a hero that has nothing but common equipment. Yesterday, the first day, I think I earned 138 forge. So currently my goal is to try to get to 20 stat points as quickly as I can. So I wanted to show you guys some of the battles that I'm doing in bronze. Of course, it is slow going, low earning to start. But we'll just see over the next couple of weeks how quickly we can start getting closer and closer to that 20 stat points. Now, one thing I wanted to show you guys is a team that I had been doing and how I made one slight change, and it seems to be doing a lot better. So this is the boss that I'm fighting. Currently has return fire for their static ability. Go ahead and hit battle. So the two summoners I'm using are Kelia and Ilthane. And then my strategy was to use the Kraken for a taunt, Archimist the Bear just for kind of another off tank and some extra armor, Halfling Alchemist to try to halve the damage from the boss, so hopefully could take it down to 3, Armor Repair, a slow, and a heal. Now what I had been doing, and I'll show you guys this, is since the boss has return fire, I wasn't using the Crystal Smith because it does have a heal, but it has that ranged attack, so they would be taking damage back. Instead I was going for the Time Mage. But let's just kind of compare how this battle does with a battle where I do put in the extra heal. Of course, some of it is going to depend on the rule set, but if I skip to rewards, you can see this one I only did 128 damage. Because I'm at half earning, I only earned 64 points towards the leaderboard, 3 Electrum and 2.3 Forge. So let's go ahead and fight again, but this time let's do it with an extra heal instead of an extra slow. Hopefully the rule set's about the same. Well, of course I would get one with Affliction for bad healing, but let's just try it just anyway. Let's go with that extra heal as opposed to a slow, because Affliction isn't guaranteed, it's only 50% chance. So let's go ahead and do the Kraken again. The Bear, Scabble, Alchemist, Guardian, Creeping Ooze for the slow, and let's go with the heal. So we've got a double heal even though there is Affliction. But let's see if overall that will help us get a little bit more points than before. Like I said, a lot of it depends on the rule set. So you'd like to get 2 identical rule sets to be able to compare the 2 results. As you can see, didn't do hardly any damage at all because of that Affliction. So hopefully this next battle will not have Affliction, because I really don't have the Forge to be able to re-roll. Every Forgium right now is extremely precious. Okay, so this one is Shield. So this is one where I'm going to want to do a lot of magic attack if possible. So I'm going to switch from Warrior to Wizard so that I'm doing some magic damage. And the rest of the team is pretty much going to stay the same. The main difference I'm going to do is try the extra heal, just to try to stay alive a little bit longer. So the rule set where I did 100 and some damage was, I think it was Aim True, where they can't miss. So hopefully I can get that again. So that one's a little bit better, 181, 3 Forge. So there's certain rule sets that you really don't want, especially against this boss. You don't want any kind of thorns or retaliate, because right now you're limited. You really can't play ranged. So if there's thorns and retaliate, you really can't do melee either. So this one is Magic Reflect, so this one I'm going to want to change my hero. And we will go back to Warrior. I don't want to do Ranger because of the return fire. So I'm limited pretty much to doing the Warrior this battle. So let's go ahead and do the same team. And like I said, we will do the extra heal as opposed to the extra slow. So instead of 2 slows, we're just going to have 1. We are gaining 2 speed from the summoners though. So we'll go ahead and skip to rewards, 188, 3.4. So hopefully I can get a little bit higher than this and get to 4. I think the maximum that I can get at this point would be about 6 Forge, maybe slightly over 6 because I'm at 50% earnings. Okay, here's the True Strike. So this is what they had earlier and I tried it with the slow. So let's try it again. But let's go with the extra heal. So that will be the same rule set as before. And order does not matter. You know, everyone's going to be going after the Kraken, and then after that, she's just going to randomly attack. Okay, so this time we will have the extra heal. Same rule set, True Strike, where we went with an extra slow. Just so we can kind of compare the two. Because I think the one where I did the extra heal, I actually did more damage. I think I was around 200 and some. Nope, 168 to 3. So sometimes it does make a difference just to change one monster in and out. Whether it's an extra repair, swapping out for a heal, or swapping out to get an extra slow on the boss. But as you can see, slow going, but I'm kind of surprised that I'm pretty close to the leaderboard. If I can just get in the top 150, I will be extremely happy because I don't expect to get on the leaderboard for quite a while. At least until I get my hero somewhat close to 90 to 100% earnings per battle. If I can get on the leaderboard with a hero that's basically only getting half of the leaderboard points, I will be very, very happy and very surprised. Okay, so let's go back to the extra slow. So we've got a few more battles we can do before we run out of stamina. But this is pretty much, I think, what I would recommend if you're first starting out, basically doing the same challenge I am, is these are probably the best 2 summoners to do that are affordable, that are allow you to play splinters with good monsters. Okay, 143. So I think that was a little bit less doing the extra heal, or the extra slow as opposed to the heal. Yeah, because you're getting +2 speed from the summoners, you're going to get a slow on the boss, so that's a difference basically of 3 speed. Then you're just hoping that you get a decent random roll on the boss that isn't too bad. So let's try this again, and let's go back to doing the extra heal. Like I said, the first week, maybe week and a half, is going to be kind of slow as we're slowly building up the Forgium. But at 50% earnings, I'm kind of surprised it's going decent. And it's all just about playing consistently, you know, making sure your stamina never hits 1,000, you know, always doing as many battles as you can, trying to get as much Forge as you can per battle, not re-rolling. Just take what you get. You know, if you can get 3-4 Forge per battle, you know, I can do probably close to 50 battles in a day as my stamina recharges throughout the day. So, you know, 50 times 3 or 4, 150 to 200 Forge a day to start at half earnings. You know, once you start building up your hero, now you can double that. Start getting gold gear. You can add a multiplier to that as well. Okay, so this one's going to hurt because this one is Fury. So he's going to do double damage against the Kraken. So is there a way I can use something other than Kraken? So we definitely will use the bear. We'll probably use all the same monsters other than the Kraken. So if I go this route, I have 9 left. So what options does that give me? Don't want to use Coastal Nymph because of the ranged. 3 magic damage would be pretty good. Actually, the Runemancer is decent. 2 damage. Yes, he is slow. He's got good health and armor, and he is going to reduce the range damage right off the bat. Or I could go with the Barbarian with the Enrage. So this is where you want to try a couple different strategies and just see what works out the best. I'm going to go with the Drybone Barbarian because if he gets damaged, well, yeah, let's go with him. Just to see what would happen. At this point, it's just all experimenting with different lineups, different monsters, and when you find something that works, just make sure that you write it down and take notes, because I found out it's pretty quick, easy to forget. It's like, oh, what did I do, you know, in that last fight? But there is a way you could look at your recent battles too, and I will show you that as well. So if you do forget your lineup, other players cannot look at your lineup other than the summoners that you used, but you can look at your own lineup and all your own monsters. So it's a good way to kind of track your progress. So after this fight, I will show you what that looks like. And I think it also says what rule set the boss had in that fight as well. So not only will it show your summoners and your monsters, it'll also show you the specific abilities the boss had. Okay, so that one was not good, only 107, so it did not work very well with him. So now we could swap it out for something else. Maybe should have gone with the Runemancer just to reduce the range damage. Okay, so this one's Magic Reflect. So this one I definitely want to... Okay, here we go. So if you look at my battles, these will show your battles how much damage you did, and it will record up to the last 100. So there was one... I thought there was one I did that I got 200 damage. Maybe it only keeps track of the last 20. So this will tell you if you click on a certain one, it'll say, like, you can go show team. So if I want to look at one of the battles like this one, I did 156. Let me see what team I had for that. It'll pull up the team. So that one was a Magic Reflect, which is the same as this one. I did 312 damage. So hopefully I can do well on this one. So this one, so it's an identical rule set. So I want to make sure that I switch to the warrior if I haven't already. And I am going with the extra heal instead of the extra slow. So let's see if I get similar results. This one did 312 damage. Let's go ahead and battle. Make sure that we have the warrior. Okay, so make sure we switch it to warrior. The same summoners. And then the order really shouldn't matter. I usually do pretty much the same order. Those two, these two, the heal, the slow, and then the extra heal. So let's see if we in fact get somewhere close to 300 damage. That will count for 150 some points on the leaderboard. It's a thing you can do too. If you lose track, you can kind of take notes of what lineup you use and what rule sets. So hopefully somewhere around 300. Now see, this was the exact same lineup as before with the exact same rule set. Instead of doing 300 and some damage, this one I only did 230. So it does vary fight to fight. You know, RNG does come into play. So as of right now, we are at 228 forge. So I've got 3 more battles to go. Then I'll let my stamina recharge. Play a little bit more this evening before I go to bed and take note of where I'm at. Like I said yesterday, I earned 138. The boss, of course, still has the return fire ability, and these are the summoners that I've used. So I'll keep track day to day how much forge I'm earning. I also will keep track of if I do purchase any items purchased, or any like special things I do, you know, whether I purchase a crate, whether I purchase a gem or a weapon or a piece of armor, anything that is of note I will place in that tab there so you guys can see it. So that's how it's going so far. So like I said, this is the middle of day 2, fighting the boss. Just wanted to show you guys this is how I'm starting. So you can see I'm getting close to the leaderboard, 155. So if I can somehow just squeeze into the top 155 or 150, you know, even if I'm only getting 200 forge, I mean, that'll basically double the forge I have. And this amount does go up over time as the boss goes down in health. So right now the boss is almost halfway. So my guess would be by the time the boss is dead, this reward is probably going to be close to 500 for getting in 150th place. So if I can just sneak in there, that would be awesome. We'll keep track of this, let you guys know how I'm doing day to day, and hope you enjoy this series. And like I said, it will be slow going, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that once we get, I'm really thinking once I get 2 emeralds in 2 pieces of armor and get up to 90%, we're going to start going on the leaderboards, and then this is going to start growing at a somewhat decent rate. Of course, it's going to be slow going to start when you don't put hardly any money into the game and you're basically starting with a naked hero. But hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, I will update this series from time to time when there's things of note, just to let you know how the account's doing. Hope you guys are having a great day. Splinterlands related, we are just less than 17 hours away from end of season, so hopefully you guys are getting your end of season grind in Splinterlands. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have great end of season rewards. I will be uploading that video tomorrow as well, so have fun everybody. Take care and remember, keep on forging.